Greetings, Earthlings. Today we're going to be comparing two of my all-time favorite microphones and declaring a winner, which is not going to be fun at all. This is going to suck. So today we are comparing the Shure Sm7b to the Rode NT1 to see which one is the best. Now for the tests, I will be connecting both microphones directly to the 2i2 2nd gen without any post-processing, but you can check the doobly-doo to see what my gain was set at and how much I boosted it in post. But first, let's very briefly talk about the build quality of these microphones. First up, the Sm7b is an absolute tank with an all-metal construction, a built-in windscreen, two switches on the back, one for a high pass and one for a presence boost, and an XLR port. The Rode NT1, on the other hand, does feel a little bit less beefy. It does still have an all-metal construction with a metal grill. There are no switches on this thing. It is a very bare-bones microphone with an XLR port on the bottom. Now let's jump to the tests. Okay, right now I'm speaking into the Shure Sm7b, which will set you back $400. This thing has a cardioid polar pattern, a frequency response of 50 Hz to 20 kHz, a sensitivity of around -59 decibels, and an output impedance of 150 ohms. Right now I'm speaking into the Rode NT1, which will set you back around $270. This thing has a cardioid polar pattern, a frequency response of 20 Hz to 20 kHz, a sensitivity of around -29 decibels, an output impedance of 100 ohms, a max SPL of 132 decibels, a self-noise level of 4.5 dBA, a signal-to-noise ratio of 90 dBA, and a phantom power requirement of +24 or +48 volts. Now I'm spinning around the Shure Sm7b to show you what the off-axis rejection and coloration is at 90 degrees. We will rotate around to 180 degrees, show you how it sounds from the rear. We will continue moving around to the second 90-degree angle, and then we will rotate and end at the front of the microphone. Now I'm spinning around the NT1 to show you what the off-axis rejection and coloration is at 90 degrees. We'll continue going around to 180 degrees. This is how it sounds from the rear. We'll continue going around to the second 90-degree angle, and we will rotate and end at the front of the microphone. Now I'm right on top of the Shure Sm7b to show you how this thing does with proximity effect. And now I'm right on top of the Rode NT1 to show you what the proximity effect on this microphone sounds like. Right now I'm 2 feet away from the Shure Sm7b. And right now, I'm 2 feet away from the Rode NT1. Now I'm typing on a keyboard with Cherry MX Blues to see how much of my voice versus how much of the keyboard it picks up. Now I'm typing on a keyboard with Cherry MX Blues to see how much of my voice versus how much of the keyboard it picks up. Making this selection's difficult. I dread announcing the result. I don't know which to pick. Decisions can suck my dick because I really like them both. And the winner of this Versus series, this is gonna hurt to say, but it is the Rode NT1, and of course I will explain. First and foremost, the Shure Sm7b is one of the quietest microphones out there, meaning you need to have a very good preamp to drive it without getting excessive noise. The NT1, on the other hand, has a sensitivity of around -29 decibels, which is almost double that of the Sm7b. And on top of that, the NT1 does have one of the lowest self-noises of any microphone I've seen. Then as far as the sound of the NT1, on the electric and the acoustic guitar, it had a very open and airy sound. It had a nice tight full low end and a very flat midsection, but most importantly, It did not color the audio much at all, which I am a big fan of. Then we get to singing, which is a little bit more of a toss-up. The SM7B gave you a much darker, much smoother, much more vintage tone, which I personally am a bit more partial to. The NT1 does give you a very neutral, very uncolored tone, but it gives you much more detail up top. And lastly, we come to spoken word, which is where this comparison gets very difficult for me, so I'm gonna give you two answers. First option, if you're in a well-treated, very quiet environment and you want some more detail to your vocal recordings, then absolutely go with the Rode NT1. But on the other hand, if you are in an environment with excessive background noise or you don't have a well-treated room, the SM7B did do a better job at background noise rejection. And on top of that, if you're not looking for the detail of the NT1 and you prefer darker, smoother tones, which is what I personally prefer, then absolutely go with the SM7B. And I'll end it by saying this, regardless of which of these two microphones you pick up, you're gonna be in a very good situation because they're both absolutely amazing. They just have very different character. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today, but I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Do you agree with my conclusion or do you think I'm a complete idiot? If you do want to support the Podcastage channel, you can now become a member by clicking that blue join button. If you want more videos, you can also subscribe for free or check one of those playlists, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, bye.